everyone's life is set to a specific algorithm. Everyone's life is different. There are 8 billion people in the world. There's no ways that all of us could live the same life. There's no way that all of us could be born at the same place and have the same life. We all have different things going for us. We all have different abilities. We're all good at different things. We all come from different families that are good at different things, different families that have different things, different families that are born in different places. So because of that difference, we're all going to have different algorithms. So some people, unfortunately or fortunately for them, they're born into a quiet life. They're born into a life where maybe they don't get to experience hectic stuff. Maybe they never, live out their 20s as a party man or going out and doing crazy things. Maybe that's not in the cards for them. For some, maybe traveling is not in the cards for them. For some, maybe they live, a rich lifestyle from the time they were born and they got to do all these nice things and they've traveled. That's their algorithm, that's their life, and that's what they get to go through. But you must always understand that there's no such thing as better or worse. Your life is always your life. If you aren't able to accept your life for what it is, then you'll never truly be able to find peace. You'll never be able to find joy, because you'll always be looking at other people's lives. You always say, he has this, so he has a better life than mine. But the reality is that your life is yours and you must get to love yours. That being said, for me personally, I feel like, and I always say this, that, I live one of the craziest algorithms ever to exist. The algorithm that I live in, like, I wouldn't want it for everyone, but I would want it for everyone. It is so crazy, so intense, that it only is in extremes. I'm always ever in extremes. It's either I'm happy out of my mind or I'm sad out of my mind. It's never in between. It's never. And that being said, because I've grown up in this algorithm where things are just living in extremes, where you get to see the world truly for what it is, hatred, evil, good, getting to experience so many nice things, getting to experience the worst of the worst things as well. Because I've gotten to live in this algorithm, I now have this problem where I can't be normal. I can't be normal. I can't even have discussions with normal people. I can't even do normal things. I can't even, for example, I can't look at myself being a person who would be, the type of guy to go to varsity and study and then work a 9 to 5 for the next 30 years. Those concepts of getting a job and working for someone else 9 to 5 every single day of the week for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of my life, those concepts for me are torture. Something like that would be a form of hell for me, because my algorithm has been so interesting, so exciting. For me to do something that boring, like hit a 9 to 5 every single week, every single day, every single, whatever it is, how long it is that you need to go for that for, it's impossible for me. If I'm not doing something that puts my life in danger, if I'm not doing things that risk my life, then I feel like I'm not fulfilled. And that being said, now I'm trapped. I'm trapped in this place of constantly looking for excitement, not being able to just relax and do boring things. I can't even play things like board games. I can't even, play games where, like, I don't know, for you guys growing up, you guys used to play games like Need for Speed. I used to hate games like Need for Speed, simply because, like, why are you driving and you can't get out the car? Why are you stuck in a road and you have to drive in a specific road and you can't, make another left or short left or get out of that road? Why are you stuck in a fixed place? Those type of things are the type of things that irk me. Being stuck in the same place, doing the same things, that's a form of hell for me. So I could never live a normal life, bro. I could never ever live a normal life. For me, my life has to be exciting. I need to be in a constant state of danger. I need to feel anxiety. I need to feel like I'm being chased by something. I need to feel like I'm trying to defeat something. I need to feel like there's a big bad monster out there that I need to destroy, and the only way I can destroy it is if I'm, the strongest man in the world and I'm on the path to, it's just, I have to do crazy things in order for me to be fulfilled. I have to be constantly at risk. My mind has to be being tested. I need to be constantly growing and heading towards somewhere far, far away for me to be fulfilled.